When you get to 10 plus units in your property portfolio, you can start to experience growing pains. Most landlords get caught out in these three areas. Firstly, it's the numbers. You stop seeing which properties are underperforming. Secondly, it's management and compliance. Even with letting agents in place, you're still responsible if something goes wrong or gets missed. And thirdly, it's admin. Paperwork and documentation becomes a constant unless you've got a system in place. In this video, I'll walk you through these 3 pain points and the simple systems you can introduce to stay in control as you scale your property portfolio. First landlord pain point then, 10 plus units, is the numbers side. The main issue is that you can start missing things because you're not tracking the performance of your individual properties. Your profit and loss just becomes one big blob of information where everything's merged together as a portfolio wide. The problem is this won't tell you what's actually going on at the property level, because you might have one property that's performing really well and another which is bringing the entire portfolio down and you don't notice it. Good example is with maintenance. You might have one property that's constantly having maintenance issues. Until you can actually see the numbers and dig into this information, it's hard to really tell how much of a problem this has become. It could be because the property is older, or maybe just a bit more problematic generally because of some unresolved maintenance issue. But because everything's merged together, you won't see that one property is dragging the entire portfolio down. That's why profit and loss by property becomes really important. If you have accounting software like Xero, you can set up tracking categories which will enable you to link income expenses to an individual property. You can then set up bespoke reports which enables you to dig into the detail of how each of your properties are actually performing. It's going to give you the information you need at your fingertips. Ideally, you want to be tracking this information at least on a monthly basis. To level up once more then, this is the gold-plated solution. You can actually link your Xero to a financial KPI dashboard. Xero is great, but it's not particularly user-friendly when it comes to seeing the numbers quickly. It's not really designed to give you a clean snapshot of performance at a glance. You can link Xero then to a dashboard, and then you've got your key financial metrics and KPIs all in one place. So instead of digging through reports, you can open the dashboard and instantly see how the portfolio is performing. At 10 plus units, that's the kind of system that stops you missing things. The second portfolio pain point is management and compliance. At this kind of scale, you're probably using a letting agent, because reality is self-management isn't really scalable to this kind of size. Big issue that even if you're using a letting agent, you can't delegate responsibility. At the end of the day, you're still responsible as the landlord. You can't just rely on an agent and assume everything is being done correctly. Because if something goes wrong, it's not the letting agent who gets the problem, it's you. So you need to stay on top of compliance. You need to know things like, are the gas safety certificates in date? You need to be able to hold your letting agents to account. I had this problem myself a couple of years ago. I went to refinance one of my properties and found out through the lender or prospective lender that the EPC on this property had expired. This isn't something you should be finding out from a mortgage lender. You should already know whether everything is in date for all of your properties and all the compliance. That's a good example of how easy it is for things to slip when you've got a portfolio to manage. Not just EPCs either, it's gas safety, electrical condition reports and selective licensing. All of these things can quietly expire in the background and you don't notice until somebody flags it, assuming they do flag it. That's where having a compliance dashboard becomes really useful. You could have a simple traffic light system showing what's in date, what's coming up for renewal and what's overdue, because then you can be proactive and start chasing the letting agents before it becomes a problem. The other part of this is being proactive with the agent generally. So not just taking their word for it when they say repairs are being done or it'll be relet soon. Because every day you've got a void, you're losing money. You're still paying out all the costs such as mortgage, insurance, etc., but you're not getting any rent. So you need to stay on top of that whole process. If you've got 10 plus units who are busy, that can be very difficult to manage. This is why landlords even need to be structured in how they manage their agents. Third pain point for a growing portfolio then is admin. This one often gets overlooked because it's become a real issue at scale. You've got 10 plus units, you're getting constant emails, you're getting rental statements, invoices, compliance certificates, and documents from lenders. If you don't have a system for organising that information, it can become chaos really quickly. You'll end up with an inbox full of information. When you need something, for example, when your accountant asks for your rental statements at the end of the year, or you're in the process of refinancing or checking compliance, you're wasting time hunting down for documents. So you need to have a filing system, an email management system, and your structure where everything is saved and you can actually find it quickly when needed to. Because otherwise it's not just messy, it becomes a genuine time drain. And it links back to the numbers side as well. If you're disorganised on admin, you end up disorganised on bookkeeping as well. That can result in delayed accounts, delayed reporting, and you're back to not really knowing what's going on with your portfolio. So at 10 plus units, admin becomes really important to stay on top of. That's how you stay in control. Good news is it can be outsourced at a reasonable cost. This will allow you to buy back time and focus on important stuff like finding your next property deal. To summarise then, there are 3 pain points that hit landlords once they start to operate at scale: financial oversight of the portfolio, operational oversight of the letting agents, and back office admin support. All of these can be mitigated with the right systems and the right outsourcing, so you can buy back your most valuable commodity, which is your time. If you need support in these areas, then check out our product packages, which are designed by a fellow portfolio landlord. There's a link below in the description. And if you've enjoyed this video, you're going to love this next one where I explain how much cash reserves you need to hold as a portfolio landlord. Watch the video now.